Good morning students, welcome to online class. Hope you are keeping well by the grace of God. So guys, today I am going to teach you English literature from your reader book, chapter number 12, the poem Lord Ullyn's Daughter. Already I have started this chapter in my previous lecture. I have already recited this poem before you and I have discussed the content of the poem and I have given you 5 words and I am sure that you have found the meanings of those words and you have memorized it. If you did not, you must memorize all the words and the questions you have solved. I hope so. So guys, that day I told you that in my next lecture I will explain the poem. The poem consists of 11 stanzas. So guys, please pay attention. Those who have book, you have opened your book. Those who don't have, you listen to the recitation and pay attention. A chieftain to the highland bound cries, "Boatman, do not tarry, and I'll give thee a silver pound to row us over the ferry." The chieftain, a young man, he is calling the boatman. He is approaching the boatman. "You please ferry us to the other side of the lake, huge lake, sort of sea. You please ferry us. I'll give you a silver pound instead to row us over the ferry for your service. Now, who be ye would cross Loch Guy this dark and stormy weather? Oh, I am the chief of Ulvazai, and this Lord Ullyn's daughter." The boatman, he was surprised, he was astonished to see the young lovers. They are wanting to go in the stormy weather. So he is asking, "Who are you?" Then the chieftain, he introduces himself that "I am the chieftain of Ulva. And she is Lord Ullyn's daughter. And fast before her father's men 3 days were fled together. For should he find us in the glen, my blood would stain the heather." He is saying that since 3 days we are traveling, we are fleeing, because the young man, chieftain, he has eloped Lord Ullyn's daughter. So they are in haste, they are in danger, they are in fear. That is why he is saying that since 3 days we are traveling, we are running. So before her father reaches the seashore, you please ferry us, otherwise he will kill me. Outspoke the hardy Highland wight, "I'll go, my chief, I'm ready. It is not for you, silver bride, but your winsome lady." He is saying, "Okay, I will ferry you. I am at your service, but not for your silver coin, but for your pretty lady. I am ready to ferry you. And by my word, the bonny bird in danger shall not tarry, because I don't want that you should deprive the bonny bird, that means chubby cheeks and cute looking lover. If you die, then what is the use of this elopement? That means your love will not sustain. So for this bonny bird, I will ferry you. So though the waves are raging wide, I'll row you over the ferry." You also know, I also know myself also, I also know the raging tide. Raging tide means the ruthless, uncontrollable tides. Already you are seeing that. But defying the nature, I am ready to ferry you. But still, as wilder blew the wind, and as the night grew drearer, around the glen rode armed men, their trampling sounded nearer. The atmosphere, it has become more dark as the night grew nearer. Night, it is dark, it's growing dark, and night grew nearer. Night is nearer. Previously it was the evening time, and now it is going towards night. Around the glen rode armed men. Then they heard the galloping sounds of horses, and they came to know that Lord Yulin, along with his troop, they are coming through the glen. That means narrow valley or shortcut. They are nearer to them. Their trampling sound, they could hear their trampling sound. Oh, haste thee, the lady cries. Now the lady, she is crying, haste. So row fast, boatman, row fast, more fast. Though tempest round us gather, tempest means storm. Though tempest round us gather, we are surrounded by tempest, ruthless tempest, dangerous tempest. We know that already we are surrounded by the ruthless, merciless nature. I'll meet the raging of the skies, but not an angry father. The lady says, I am ready to face the nature, rage of nature, wrath of nature. I am ready to face, but I am not ready to face the anger or rage or wrath of my father, because she hates Lord Yulin because of his rude and cruel nature. He is tyrant, he is harsh, cruel, merciless father, and that is why she wants to escape from the situation, and she is ready to go with her lover, and the lover is accompanying his beloved. I'll meet the raging of the skies, but not an angry father. I am not ready to face my angry father. The boat has left a stormy land, a stormy sea before her, when oh, too strong for human hand, the tempest gathered over her. As far as possible, with full strength, with full force, the boatman is rowing the boat, but he is human being. Humans always become helpless in front of rowdy nature, in front of angry nature, ruthless nature. Always human beings become helpless or hapless. So the same phenomena, it is happening with the boatman also. He is trying to counter the force of nature. He is trying his level best to counter the force of tide, huge tide, gigantic tides. The tempest gathered over her, but tempest, the storm, the dangerous nature surrounds them. All the three people, all the three in the boat. Nature overpowers them, and still they row amid the roar of water fast prevailing. But still they are desperate. The boatman also, the lovers also, they are desperate to face the dangerous and merciless, ruthless, stormy weather. Still they are The encounter is taking place between the nature and humans. And still they rode amidst the roar of waters fast prevailing, full force prevailing. Lord Yulin reached the fatal shore. His wrath was changed to wailing. At last, Lord Yulin, he reached the fatal shore with his troop, but his wrath, it was turned into sorrow. It was turned into grief. He was no more in rage. He was no more in anger. His temperament, it has been changed. Come back, he cried in grief. He is crying, he is shouting in grief, come back. He is calling his daughter, come back. He cried in grief across this stormy water. And I'll forgive your highland chief, my daughter, oh my daughter. He is saying, I will forgive your chieftain, highland chieftain. I will forgive. My daughter, come back, please come back. 'Twas vain. The loud waves lashed the shore, return of aid preventing. The waters wide went over his child, and he was left lamenting. But his call, his shout, all are in vain. The entire atmosphere, the ruthless tide, the stormy weather, all overpowered them, and they were drowned. They were not visible. They were drowned in the sea. They were drowned in the rowdy water. The stormy weather, the ruthless tides, the gigantic tides. And here the lone father, he is crying. He is filled with grief, anguish and pain and despair. And he is all alone standing on the seashore and lamenting his story, lamenting about her daughter. So this is the end of the ballad, and the ballad ends with tragedy. It is a tragic poem of Thomas Campbell. He has presented the ballad with an outstanding manner. So guys,